My name's Wolfgrim and welcome back to the council. A few little things I need to say. While I was editing this, I realised something, that Emily had a twin sister, and in our vision we saw Emily. So our mother has most likely killed Emily's sister. I only realised that during editing. Just want to clarify, I realised that. Also, we're going to go and see the other French gentleman, find out whose pistol this is. Let's carry on. I still don't understand why we were accused of murdering somebody and now we're doing the investigation. I feel like I'm being set up for something.
Monsieur Jacques Peru?
I'm no good at reading French names. Jacques Peru? Frenchie! No, that's insulting. Jacques Peru. Let's just call him Jack.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Yeah, I've already done that, haven't I? I didn't... Okay, let's start with his gun.
You were armed the night of my arrival. Can I see your weapon?
No.
You do realize you're not helping, don't you? You're making it worse for yourself.
Why is he not handing over the gun? That's really weird. What did I ask
You
him
were
again?
armed the night of my arrival.
Oh, no.
Can I see your weapon?
No.
You do realize you're not helping, don't you? You're making it worse for yourself.
This guy just doesn't want to get involved, does he?
I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation.
What? No. Right, let's just clarify a few things again. Yes, we found his footprints, and there was something... something else happened, or there was something in Emily's room talking about a delicate hand. And, yeah, so there's a lot of conflicting information.
All right.
I'm not
Have
finished.
you finished?
No, I've
Not
got
quite.
more questions.
I'd like you to answer a few questions.
And the fact his big footprints are there it's not enough.
I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting.
I think because he thinks he's... I'm going to guess because he is easily, you could easily accuse him of it, but he didn't do it. It's just like, there's no way I'm getting out of this, so I'm just going to see what happens. I think that's what this guy's doing. I don't think he did it.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite.
Someone's trying to frame
I'd like
him.
you to answer a few questions.
He's too perfect of a suspect, if that makes sense. I need more stuff. So I found the footprints.
Goodbye, sir. We shall meet again.
Probably.
Where am I going from here, though? The fact the dagger and the gun don't match, as it were. Okay, I'm looking for... There's gloves, yeah. I feel like it's just too easy of a suspect. And the fact that the knife and the fabric...
Dear friend.
We've read that. The fabric just by the door, it just throws it off. Unless it was two people. Right, here's my guess. And this is a complete guess. He went into the room because he was annoyed with her, not to kill her, started beating her up for lack of a better term. Then the mother comes in and then kills her for some reason, and then he's like, I'm gonna get blamed for this. That is my guess, and I'm actually going to say that.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem.
Yeah,
I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests.
That's what I'm doing. Let me know in the comments what you think is going on. Again, I think with this game you can accuse the wrong person. I think that is something you can do. Let me just check. I'm gonna check these stairs because I'm sure I must be able to go down into the garden to find out things. Okay, game just won't let me go down? Okay, let's move on. Unless this is a setup to test me. That would explain why they arrested me and then let me investigate the murder, I guess. Very interesting. There's a lot of questions. I don't think it was. There's too many missing links. There's nothing right. Let's talk to Mortimer. I don't. Yeah, I'm not going to accuse anybody.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Yeah, I have.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
I'm glad that's an
Really?
option.
I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
So we're just gonna brush off the murder. Okay. She isn't missing. She's in hiding. She does it often. She's in hiding. Yeah.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
I generally don't know the answer to this. I'm gonna say it's the mouse.
I'd like to answer the cat, but unfortunately I'm increasingly worried that she's in fact the mouse.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities and yours in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
Makes sense.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
it didn't go
I
well.
see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far. Yet he told me that you had spoken and that you hadn't been able to reach an understanding.
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah, it didn't
Monsieur
go
Bonaparte is one of those guys who only understands people who think like he does.
Ah, I see what you mean. He is indeed rather inflexible when it comes to certain subjects. But I am still of the opinion that you can manage to get along.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me.
well. Why help it? I can't even read that word.
Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
Looking for a book. There was something about a book earlier, so I'm going to say that.
She was looking for someone.
What do you mean?
In Paris, we were working on a smuggling case to do with occult objects. We had just arrested a dealer who intended to go to you to meet a buyer. My mother was here to find out to whom he intended to sell his stolen treasure.
Oh. What was the name of your dealer?
Oh, bollocks. Which I can't remember.
I can't remember exactly. Von something or other.
Von Volner?
No, not your friend Mr. Von Volner.
There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Someone's getting pushed off this ledge. We're getting closer and closer to the ledge.
Maybe
makes
she
sense.
found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating. If she had picked up a lead, nothing would have stopped her.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
Eli Whitley, what did he... Cotton gin. Okay,
My mother
I'm
must
not
have
smart enough for that,
undoubtedly
apparently.
taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge. I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the Third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Oh, I'm not... I can see why this is an interesting game to
Unfortunately,
replay.
my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister,
Okay.
and she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on. That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that? Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a lot just happened. So the visions are true.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's study.
Where's... this one? Tower room? Where am I? Oh, okay. Okay, so the map will slowly unlock. That makes sense. So... this is just a storage room by the looks of it. A piano?
There are burnt papers in the chimney.
I wish I had more honey. I haven't got
There's
any.
a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Man with a sword. I think the Frenchman is the only one with a sword, is it not?
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Boop. I tried doing the boop noise and I couldn't. My voice didn't like to do it. My voice didn't want to do it. Consult your notes. Man with a sword.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Okay.
What is this disc?
What? I can't see it. There it is.
Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
It was magnetic a thing back then. Where's magnetic stuff discovered? Oh, there's natural occurring stones that are slightly magnetic.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Okay, there's definitely more to do with that painting. That appears... oh, no, there's something over here.
A Greek drachma, one of the rare ancient coins to be mentioned both in the Bible and in the Quran.
It's locked.
The door appears to be locked on the other side.
Open?
I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor.
I'm sorry, this is too easy.
We'll see if it works. It's open.
Is it? I didn't notice. Did you notice? Okay. Let's work our way around the room. I'm glad I'm getting more royal jelly.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
So I'm not going to use the jelly. I'm going to come back to this. So 11. Trust the man with the sword. Okay, let's leave that for a second. We'll come back to that. There's something over here.
A fragment of amber. A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits. Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the Apostles by Guido Reni.
Okay, trust the man with the sword.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Okay, so that painting's been changed.
Several portraits of apostles,
Yes,
all signed by
yes.
Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. What is it? What was added? Don't know.
It's St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
They're all painted by the same person in here.
The New Testament.
Oh my god. Let's just... Oh my god, there's fucking... Oh, 11. Hang on. I don't know the Bible stuff, so this is going to be interesting. I'm looking for 11. 11.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait, a note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
That one? Don't... This is where art... If you knew about art, you'd be very good at this, I imagine.
There's something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know anything about the town.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Oh my god, okay. Puzzles. Chapter 11, yeah, makes sense. I'm glad you found the note from the code. Mislead you. Okay, let's... Oh, there's a box.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Use the right key, use the left key. Oh, there's keys here? Difficulty 7, okay. So this painting here.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
That did not help me at all.
Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
I'm still lost.
So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking
I'm
to.
wasting these, aren't I?
Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection.
We
The
just did
text on
this.
Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
I am so stuck right now.
The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. What was it my mother said? That she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle. Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting.
Okay.
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Ring. Okay. There was the... Let's do that.
They should add a companion to their left and 3 to their right, complete their ranks. I imagine it applies to their code, the one Mother set up with the pilgrims. What's this? A group of pilgrims who Paul was talking to, and now John is telling them prophecies? St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. Hey, wait! That means it's him. He's the youngest apostle. Right. This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer.
Burn it. No. I don't know. I really don't know.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they were made ready, he fell into a trance. Hey, there's a note here.
Oh.
A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare.
Random guess.
What does she mean by that?
Nightmare. Nighttime. What else is a nightmare? War is a nightmare. Literally, I can't read that one, so I'm going to go with that one.
Guessing it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Yeah, it makes sense. I am done. Where's my mother, apparently? I didn't understand my mother's message. Nope. Okay. That didn't go too well. I'm sure there's people in the comments who know more about that stuff than I do and would have done it a lot better at it than I would have done. But that's why I'm an engineer and not a religious person, I guess. I don't know the terms for these things. Anyway, I've been Wolf Grim. This has been The Council. I shall see you all next time.